Folks, welcome to Corvette Talk with Scags. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about Corvette design, specifically our 1970 coupe here. Corvettes, just like all high-performance cars, had to look fast when they were sitting still, as well as having to actually be fast. The concept was that if you saw one at a local gas station or saw one in your neighbor's driveway, the first thing you do was say to yourself, wow, that thing looks incredibly fast just sitting there. Then you start picturing yourself in it, you start picturing yourself driving fast in it, you start picturing yourself showing off to your friends. So designers had to come up with a concept that made cars look fast even when they were standing still. A lot of the design elements on this car, on this 1970 Corvette coupe, they're design elements that go from east to west. When I think of speed, I think when most of you think of speed, we're thinking of a straight line. We're not really thinking up and down, we're thinking of a straight line. And bearing that in mind, this Corvette coupe has got a lot of east-west design schemes. The bumper starts here, there's a line down the middle of the car, the emblem goes east to west, the grille goes east to west, the whole line carries down the side of the car and actually meets up with the rear bumper. It's very pretty, it gives the illusion of speed. Another little thing that the designers of the Corvette managed to do that gives the illusion of speed and power is a hood bulge. The first thing you think about when you see a hood bulge is there's got to be a big powerful motor under there. And with the Corvette, obviously there is a big powerful motor. When I walk up to a Corvette coupe from 1970 to 1972, the first thing I see, and I'm sure a lot of you are going to agree with me, are these incredible fenders. The big bulging fenders. The first thing I think about when I see that gigantic bulging fender is that there must be a really big wheel underneath that bulging fender. And for the Corvette, obviously there is. When we think of big, we think of powerful. One of the things the Corvette designers were tasked with was to make the Corvette coupe from 1968 to 1972 look like a Coke bottle. Okay, someone came up with a concept, probably Harley Earl, who was the chief Corvette engineer at the time. Guys, make this thing look like a Coke bottle. Okay, years ago, Coke bottles had kind of a curvy, voluptuous type shape. Now they're kind of straight and androgynous, basically like everything else nowadays. So if you look at the side of the Corvette, you could see that it comes up, it goes down, it comes back up again, it goes down, just like a Coke bottle. If we had a drone and we were able to raise it up above the Corvette, you'd see, come over here, Alan, let's get a look from the back. You could probably see that the Corvette is shaped like a Coke bottle from the top as well. There's a very, very little surface area here. The car bulges out, comes in where the doors are, and then goes back out with the fender. A beautiful, beautiful, curvy, voluptuous shape that was way ahead of its time. Still looks terrific today. Also, someone must have come up with the idea of, hey, listen, let's get some flying buttresses on this car. Here's a flying buttress right here. Very beautiful with the flat back window. The concept was that the whole thing was supposed to look like a sugar scoop. This being the handle, the whole thing was supposed to look like a giant sugar scoop. And if you look at it, come around over here, this being the handle, you realize that's exactly what this looks like, a giant sugar scoop. The interior was meant to look like all one piece. The door handle, the door panels, if you took this one, flipped it over and turned it around, it's identical to the other one. The whole thing is supposed to come around, blend in with the dashboard, and then blend right into the other door. The fact that the dashboard goes way under like this, the fact that when you sit, you're basically sitting like this, and it flows underwards. Again, another image of you're going really fast. That's the whole concept. It's supposed to look fast, and it's supposed to be fast. Some of these design schemes are actually intended to make the car go faster. Aerodynamics were just coming into their own in the late 60s and early 70s. The Corvette had some aerodynamic aids. If you manage to get yourself under here, you can see there's a little plastic spoil under here. The plastic spoiler was meant to keep the front of the car down low. And then if you come around back here, obviously we have a beautiful, beautiful, tasteful integrated spoiler. That was meant to have wind come down and push the car down to keep it on the road, to give it more speed. Back here, this beautiful, beautiful concave tail here. This is actually called a cam tail. And the cam tail was an invention of Dr. Whatever Cam, that was his name. He was actually a Porsche engineer. And although most road Porsches don't have a cut-off back like this, a lot of the racing Porsches had a cut-off tail that was concave like this. It was supposed to give you more speed. So the concept here is that this car looks fast. This car is fast, and everything about it says fast. Let me just quickly check my notes, folks, before I sign off here, just in case I missed something. I can't tell you how many times I've checked my notes later and realized I missed something, where the wild things are right here. Folding fenders, interior one piece. I forgot one thing. The one thing that always, in my opinion, illustrates speed is the proper stance of a car. How many times have you seen a car with an improper stance and you said, God, that looks a little balky? A low stance is what gives the impression of speed. This car is so low, I can't even put my hand on the top of the tire. I actually have to stick it up like this. That gives the illusion of speed, a low stance. Every car nowadays, from Lamborghini to McLaren to Ferrari to whatever, they all sit low. And that gives the illusion of speed, and it actually gives speed. Folks, I hope you enjoyed my little lesson. East-West themes, again, getting back to the East-West scheme. The marker lights, East-West. The marker lights up front, East-West. Everything on this car flows from east to west. Just beautiful. The egg crate grill also dissipates some hot air from the motor. This is meant to match the front egg crate grill here, which is very beautiful. Also, it tucks under. You would think that it was flat, but it actually tucks under. More illusions of speed. A really gorgeous car. Designers did a wonderful job with this car designing it. Again, folks, I really hope you enjoyed my video on Corvette design. Hopefully I get some views, and what I'll do is I'll tote the other ones out. I'll do a video on design for the yellow Z06, and I'll do a video on design for the 2012 Z06. Folks, get your plastic fantastics out and drive them. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I mentioned last week in my video with Bill's Grand Sport that I was going to do a winterization video, but let me tell you, the weather's been incredible. So have a great Columbus Day weekend. Thank you for watching my videos. Take care. Thank you again.